I get it back, no chips.
Hey guys, it's Miss Let's Play here, aka Maya, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today's topic we're going to be discussing is my review of Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake. Now the game has been out for a couple of days now, and I had a chance to play through the game, fill out the characters, look at the graphics, check out the amazing music, the battle mechanics, the monsters, the dungeons, hell, even just looking through every pot and lid I can find to find all these different types of items. Now this will be a spoiler-free review. So I'm going to do my best to avoid talking about any major key points of the game, any major plot twists, any major character development, story setting, stuff like that to keep this video as spoiler free as possible. A major key point I want to talk about in this game is that I've never played any Dragon Quest games. So knowing that Dragon Quest III is technically a prequel to Dragon Quest 1 and 2 was kind of amazing for me because, again, I've never played the original Dragon Quest, never played Dragon Warriors, never played the other Dragon Quest games, didn't even play the one that came on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. None of that. I kind of just always skipped past the series. And not because I didn't like it, it was just that, I don't know, something about it didn't gravitate towards me. So this is actually my first time ever picking up a Dragon Quest game. And let me tell you now, it didn't disappoint. There are some key things that I would like them to do differently, but most of the game they've done perfectly fine. And I've watched videos of the older Dragon Quest games, and it's much like a remastered copy. They gave what they wanted to give. It's a remaster of Dragon Quest III with touch-ups in 3D and HD 2D graphics. So, the first key point I'll talk about is the combat speed. Now, just like the original and what I did watch online, the combat speed is very, very, very slow. Like, I'm talking turtle pace slow. So when you're in battle, you have to turn up you have to use your back buttons on any controller or even on the Switch or wherever you play this game, man, you have to change the combat speed to ultra fast, because even if you put it on fast, it's still not fast enough. Even when it comes to walking, when you walk around, this is like regular walking. To me, this is really slow. If I had to walk like this the entire game, this game would go from a 30-hour playthrough to more like 60. So that was a key. Here it is up here, like your battle speed can go down all the way down to normal. Like, this is normal battle speed. That's so, oh my god. Like, even just going to the scenes is just so slow. I couldn't do it. I had to keep it on ultra fast. Like, you see how fast the last clip was? Look how slow it's taking us to get through this battle. Things like this will make a game really, like a grindy game, hard to do. So that was the key point that I say that they aced it on, was having the option to upgrade your combat speed, because this would take the game from, again, 30 hours to 60.
Another thing Square Enix did really well on was the game's colors, the graphics, the color grading, the shadows. Even when you're walking through dungeons and the shadows and the lightings, they did amazing on that. Like, I really mean, you can tell that they took their time with really upgrading the graphics of this game and pulling off all the colors. And even, like, everyone's like, this is just like Octopath Traveler. No, there is a difference when it comes to the colors and the environmental elements, the rats scurrying around the dungeon, the birds flocking around, the fireflies. It's a bit of a difference, and I really appreciate that. Now, those are all the good things for this game. Even the music, 10 out of 10. It's classic RPG music, 10 out of 10. Now we get into a little bit of some more of the downsides of this game. One, I played Dragon Quest as a standalone game. Standalone, I never played any other games before. So the story, Lord, the story. I know Dragon Quest is supposed to be a grindy game, but the story is so uninteresting that it's bad. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, I played this game as a kid and oh, it's about the nostalgia. And I do agree that, yes, people who bought this game, a lot of people definitely bought it for nostalgia purposes, because the story is just it drags on, and sometimes there are very, very slow, boring points. At the beginning of the story, there's this very long intro scene where there's not even any music playing, and I was really hoping that the entire game would not play like that, a game with no music. But thankfully, the music is what's saving the story. The music and the environmental aspects of the game, and even a little bit of the NPCs, are saving the story. Because also, just like the original Dragon Quest, your characters are given to you. So it's not like where you would go on this grand adventure and pick up party members through missions or do quests like other JRPG and RPG video games. JRPG RPG games are my bread and butter. I love those games. That's what I've built my channel on. So it was kind of new for me to deal with the having characters handed to me right away, and also with like the whole Pokemon style turn-based combat system. I'm always into fighting games for RPG and JRPGs, or even tactical RPG games. So to deal with the turn-based where I can't see my character do the move, that was also new for me, but that's not a bad point. The story, a little bit uninteresting, so I could give the story out of the game, we're rating it out of 5. Story elements, 2. I'm just not really interested in the story. I can't make myself interested in the side characters either, because again, they were just given to me. I've tried, but I just can't. Another cool factor of the game is the map mechanics and the quest factor. I do like that they show you where you are on the map at all times, because hey, getting lost is ass. I would hate to get lost. I'm happy they added that to the game, because it wasn't in the original. You kind of just had to figure it out, and I'm glad I didn't have to figure it out, because getting lost in this game would probably add more hours to my playthrough. The day and night system was an original game changer when it came to the game. It happened in the original Dragon Quest Dragon Warrior game, and it's obvious in this one. Looks way better in HD and 2D though. It definitely does. I loved it. The music is always great. Another thing I say the downside is the game is really easy. Even on the hard Draconian mode, the game is easy. All I had to do was level up like twice in like the grassy area at the beginning of the game, and I'm like just ahead of the curve in every battle, straight through the game. So that's kind of I'd say if you're like one of those hardcore gamers who wants a real difficult story to follow and a real difficult combat system, this is not for you. Again, this is more nostalgia purposes, and that's not a bad way to buy a game. That's not even a bad way to sell a game. I'm honestly excited that I want them to make another. I want them to make 1 and 2 as well, because I do plan on playing through those. This is a prequel. Even though I wasn't interested in the story, the game still found a way to keep me interested enough with its mechanics and drawing me in with the music that yes, I'd play 1 and 2 if they remake it. Just like Octopath Travelers. At first I wasn't interested, but as I played through it, it just draws you in. The art style, the music, the playthrough, it draws you in. So I'd say this game, all in all, on a rating score of mine, 5 being the best, 1 being ass and a half, I give this game a 4. I'd be generous and give it a 4. It's just that if the story was a little bit more interesting and the game had an even higher difficulty level, that would put the game over the edge for me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I'd love to hear you guys' opinions below, but you already know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.
Hey, I get it.